How does manifestation work from my perspective, from my very wide and deep study of the yogic sciences? So my opinion is not the general opinion of the yogic sciences, it's just my personal opinion. And I will discuss that, in this video. So I would like to ask you a favor. If you like the contents of my video, please like and subscribe. It will be doing me a great favor and helping my channel to be able to reach out to more and a wider audience. And for those who don't know me, I am Osman. I am a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic capabilities. I specialize in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially alleviating or treating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I am also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing yoga and meditation for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. In that period, having studied under various masters, under different schools of yogic sciences, and I weaned what is the essence of everything and what removing the frills and created my own protocols for adapted for the 21st century, making it simpler, more effective, and quicker, but more powerful. Right. To that end, I've created multiple protocols, and there's even a 5-minute yoga and meditation program which you can download for free from my website, yogawellness786.com, where you can also get more information on my services. Also understand that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So how does manifestation work? So I keep hearing this thing, I've manifested this and I've manifested that, and I've done my affirmations, and my affirmation is like I need to manifest, a car or a certain type of job or a certain lifestyle or a certain person in my life, right? And I've manifested this. So, from my perspective, that is not accurate, right? You can't. So if you can manifest by thinking whatever you're thinking, let it appear in front of you. That's what it implies. So, I'm not ruling out that there are some people possibly, I mean, anything's possible that they can think and suddenly, something can appear in front of them. And I've studied some accounts of, this being done by certain people, right, who have mastered, this art. But it's not a common practice, and we can't find them, and we can't study this, scientifically. So it is so rare, so we can rule it out as something that we don't need to talk about into consideration, because according to Panasonic's ideal of what is zero, they said zero has to be a number, because they have a production factory, and they going for zero defect in the factory plant. So what is zero? If it's 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000 or what, so that we can just round it off as zero. So they've declared 100,000. If the fault is greater than 1 in 100,000, then they'll say it's zero. So, I mean, the number of people that can manifest this is 8.4 billion people. I don't think it's 1 in 100,000. So we'll round it off as zero, right? We'll say, we'll make the assumption from a scientific calculation point of view using Panasonic, as a measuring or a bar, on calculating zero. So we'll say there is no chance of people, manifesting things magically, right? So when you're saying, I think it's a wrong word. What it is, you have to understand from the law of attraction itself how it works. They work on frequencies. You need to align yourself to the frequency of that which you want. So they say manifestation usually works on the higher frequencies, not the lower frequencies of the mind. So they've used an EEG machine, electroencephalograph machine. It's like a cap they put onto your brain, and then they calculate the brain waves. And when they found people in a negative emotion, like feeling angry, jealousy, sad, depressed, anxiety, stress, aggression, you know, uh, the the waveform has got a low frequency waveform, right? We won't go into the detail how they're calculating the frequencies because that will need illustrations and so forth. But this, say, the scientists have found this to be of a low frequency. They calculated it as a low frequency, right, on their EEG machine. So they found when the people have positive emotions like love, forgiveness, happiness, joy, elation, positive, motivated, active and pumped up, and like really feeling good. Then kindness. Then these frequencies are higher frequencies according to the EEG machine. So they found that people in the higher frequencies generally find it easier to uh, um, get their goals, right? To reach their goals, right? So, so let's say you make a plan that you want to get, a certain type of house, right? So if you are in the negative frequencies, the chance of you, getting your goal is very difficult. But if you're in the positive frequencies, they found it is much easier, for you. And the more you are consistent, and then you do affirmations. So affirmations is repeating on a daily basis your mission and your goal objective, right? So every day you keeping a reminder what your goal is, so that you don't lose focus and don't lose track of what your mission is. So that daily you activate your subconscious mind, or something called the reticular activating system, to find and notice things in the environment on every day that's going to take you closer, to your goal. Any small opportunity that you don't normally notice. So normally when you full of yourself and you so deeply, thinking of your problem and why no one likes you, you are so lonely and you can't find the person, you don't have enough money and so forth. You keep rotating yourself in that spiral, that negative spiral. You're not going to be able to notice even, the people that's you're walking past. You may be walking past like the most beautiful flowers, and maybe there's a vacancy for someone, with your specific skill set, that will be an opportunity as a stepping stone towards the pathway of, removing your financial distress immediately and stepping on to higher, and higher levels, going up the ladder. You're not going to notice it because you're all the same. But when you're happy, you relax, you got time for the world, you start noticing everything, and you are in the present, right? You're in the present. You're not, in that world of doom and gloom, right? So you are opened up, and you are, sociable, and you're happy. When you're sociable and happy, then people also like to talk to people who are sociable and happy, right? So the chance of collaboration increases. People who are normally in anxiety, stress, doom and gloom, they don't want to talk to people. Even they could be meeting all the people, they are closed, in themselves. But people who are happy, relaxed, and smiling, and they're open to other people. Hey, how are you? And they're concerned. They got empathy for other people because they're feeling good in themselves. They want others to also feel good, and the others are not feeling good. They want to see what they could do to make them also feel good, because you want everyone to be, on the same frequency as you. And also, you have an aura. Your aura has an influence on the other person, especially if it's positive. So some people, they say when they walk into the room, they light up the room. This is literally true from a scientific point of view, because their frequency is like a measurement of light, right? A type of a more subtle form of light that they have a stronger level of, in their aura, because everyone's got an aura and it can be calculated, right? And when they're walking, they're spreading that, and it's influencing everyone, who's in doom and gloom and so forth. So how is that relating to manifestation, right? So from everything that we are saying, when you're in a positive state and you're in the right frequency, how to materialize something, you have to be in the frequency of that which you want to materialize. So how do you get in the free means? We're just using a technical term, frequency means you have to be focused. Keep your eye on the ball, right? So don't get distracted. on other things. Your job is to keep your eye on the ball and to hit the ball, right? Like if you're playing a golf game or you're playing tennis or you're playing baseball, you need to hit the ball, or you're playing cricket, right? Or even football. Keep your guessing where the ball's going to come so you can receive it and pass it, or take it as far forward as possible and pass it, right? You can't be worried about who's in the audience and who's in the auditorium, and this person is cheering you and that person is wearing this type of outfit. The ball is going to come past you and you're going to miss the ball, right? You have to be on point. Keep your mind, keep your mind on the task at hand, right? If you apply, you need to apply your mind to your mission, and your mission is to win the game, right? To achieve your objective. So like that is getting into the frequency. Every day, this is my duty. These are the things I need to achieve today, that's going to be taking me one step closer to what I want to achieve. So what is it that I must do? You have to break it down. What is it that I must do on a daily basis in order to take me closer to my goal? So maybe the goal is so far out you don't know, but you have to do something on a daily basis, that maybe something is going to happen, right? I have to start talking to people, or going out there, open a telephone directory, making phone calls, going to companies, talking to people, networking, something to increase, so that I need to, because either your job is, either you got a job and you're working with your job, or you're looking for a job. Your job is either you're doing your work or looking for your job, right? So even if you're studying towards, developing yourself in order to make yourself productive member of society, right? In some way or the other, right? To add value, right? So let's not use the word productive. To be able to be value added, right? So you can add value in terms of, um, doing more research in the fields of science, or in journalism, reporting to others what's happening, or even in social media. You see something interesting, you take a video of it and upload it, right? Let people know, because now everyone can know anything, anywhere, anytime, right? That's why we've got the World Wide Web, and we've got social media, and everything is connected. So coming back to the on the point, so you've got this goal, and then you set your plan. You must boil it down to what you be needing to do on a daily basis. What is the minimum thing? The one or two or three things that you need to do, not more than five things, right? If you bring it down to one thing, the one thing that you need to do, is easier to focus on. You're going to be more effective, right? And then that is called being in tune with the frequency of manifestation. So the people say, now I'm going to manifest my dreams, right? So it's not like magically, boom, it's going to appear in front of you. Yes, it may seem like it's magically, because, but you're keeping your focus on it. You keep your this thing, and you keep it that way, but not try to imagine that it's going to suddenly magically appear. You have to be taking action towards it. Yes, there is the odd occasion that something can magically, appear, but this is so rare. It's greater than 1 in 100,000. So we'll call that a zero, right? So this is how. So I don't like the word manifest, right? But it's a good word because it's a simple word as well. So I like it and dislike it, right? I dislike it because it can be confusing. It may seem that it's something magical, but it's a simplified word to say manifested by being. Are you in the frequency? You can manifest by getting into the frequency of that which you want. What is getting into the frequency? Have you boiled down a to-do list, an action plan that you can take action on, massive action? That what is that one thing, that one small thing that I need to do on a daily basis? Come hell or high water, I must do this on a daily basis in order to achieve it. And if I can't do it, strive towards doing it, right? Either do it or strive towards doing it, right? And then, so when you have a goal and say, I'm going to achieve this goal, or die trying, you know, the key active word is trying, right? Trying is the important. Trying something, and if something is not working, don't keep trying the same thing, right? Keep changing. Give it a chance to work. Maybe you need some patience, but you see, okay, this is not really working, right? And let's go on to the next. So I hope that information helps you on manifestation, frequencies and bringing it into normal language is basically an action plan, setting a goal and creating an action plan for a daily basis as minimum of the most important thing you need to do every day, and maximum of 5 main things. Of course, you may have 100 things to do, and that has to be done. But the thing that you have to keep your focus on, right? That's going to take you closer to your goal. Hope that perspective helps you, and take care of yourself always.